Forget every hack that you've ever heard about crispy pork belly skin, because there really is only one way to make it as crispy, as juicy as this beautiful piece of meat.
Big thanks to Lotus Grills for sponsoring this episode.
I absolutely love pork belly with a crispy skin. For me, it's the pinnacle of barbecue. First, you cook the pork meat low and slow until it's juicy and tender, and then you crispen up the skin on the outside. But there are a lot of things that I learned cooking crispy pork belly for so long. And the main thing that stands out is that there are a lot of secret hacks to make it better that don't work. I'm talking about putting vinegar on the skin, puncturing it with needles, drying it out with salt. And trust me, I tried them all. And honestly, I'm guilty of telling you that's the way to do it. But the more experience I get cooking crispy pork belly skin, I found that there's only one way that you can make crispy pork belly skin. And today I'm going to prove to you that time is the only element that counts. And this is the subject of today. This beautiful piece of pork belly has a lot of meat, a little bit of fat, and most importantly, a skin. Of course, I'm going to be cooking this on a barbecue. Before I'm going to do that, I'm going to apply another technique that I haven't tried before, but the basics come down to one thing and one thing only. And that is cooking the skin for a long time. And the technique that I'll be using for this pork belly is going to be sous vide. As always, I'm going to season the meat first. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with making the skin crispy. The only thing that we're doing is adding flavor to it so we can have a good tasting piece of meat in the end. There we go, a little bit seasoning on all sides except for the skin. A bit precise with this, keep that skin clean. And since it's a thicker piece of meat, you can put on a little extra. I'm gonna clean up that skin, don't want any seasoning on it. Now I'm going to put this in a plastic bag. And that is going to go in a sous vide bath. I'm going to leave this in for 8 hours at a temperature of 68 degrees Celsius. That is going to cook the pork and it's going to cook the skin. There we have it. 8 hours of sous vide cooking. The skin has now transformed from being something really tough and not tender at all to something that I can just easily poke in with a probe thermometer. It is so soft that you could eat it. You really don't want to, because this is now something jelly-like, something very, very unappetizing. But my point is that the first thing that you need is time to cook the skin. Now we'll move on to the next part, getting it crispy. And that's why I'm going to take this and put it in my fridge overnight. One more thing to prepare before tomorrow is the barbecue sauce. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of ketchup, a 1/4 cup of vinegar, the juice of half a lime, a shot of vodka, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, and 2 tablespoons of PITMASTERX classic barbecue seasoning. Give it a good shake. Perform a taste test. Ooh. Wow. That's good. See you guys tomorrow. And here it is out of the fridge. Well, you still feel the rubbery experience of the cooked pork belly skin, but I'm going to transform it now with a little bit of heat. And to create that heat, I'll be using the Lotus Grill XL Garden Set. I'm going to take everything out, put a little bit of gel at the bottom, light it up, put the charcoal basket in with some Lotus briquettes, turn on the fan at a slow speed and let the briquettes start up. It's been about 4 minutes and the barbecue is up to temperature. I'm going to take this tray and put the pork belly in that, because what I want is I want a little bit of indirect heat. Now in the basis, this barbecue has indirect heat because you have the fire and you got the heat deflector in the middle, but still a lot of radiation heat will come straight up. That's why I'm going to use this tray, so that I don't have the fat of the pork belly dripping down into the barbecue and possibly burn and give me that smoke experience. Let's place it in. And all we have to remember is that the pork belly is already cooked, the skin's already cooked. The only thing is that it's not crispy yet. So I'm just going to set it to full power and wait until the skin is crispy. It's been about 5 minutes and already the skin is starting to pop. This thing is like a little rocket pocket. The heat that you can create with this barbecue is insane. I got the fan on at the bottom of full blast, but this is scary fast. I'm just gonna, let's do a quick sneak peek. Look at that. You see that skin starting to pop up? And that's 5 minutes. So I'm gonna close the lid and I'm gonna take it down a notch just to make sure that it doesn't go too crazy. By my standards, even fast, that I'm just thinking, whoa. It's gonna be good. But that's fast. So I also need the rest of the meat part to be warm. So let's not forget about that. And that's going to take at least 20 minutes, even though we're going full blast on the outside. Another minute later and things are going even faster than I expected. And of course I can slow down the grill even more and let it cook at a lower temperature. But what I really need is for that top skin to get crisp. And I don't care too much about cooking the pork. Well, I do care about it, but I don't need it to go this fast. And I still need the heat. And that's kind of like the ultimate worry about cooking pork belly. So you need the high temperatures, but you don't want to burn the meat. See what's happening right there? Boy. I'm gonna take that meat off. That is going so fast. Look at that. Insane. You see why I'm using this tray, right? Just gonna need to make a little box out of this. Get in there and solve the problems. So there's really no easy way to do this than to just go in there, work out the challenges. But if aluminum foil is going to save the day. See, and now I have a double layer of protection. So I'm going to put this back in the same position, and this goes back on the Lotus grill. All right, let's close the lid. I'm going to take it down one more notch. Now hopefully that's going to protect the meat enough. Of course the fat's going to render down, and in 20 minutes our pork looks like this. What a golden beauty. This, of course, is screaming hot, so we got to be careful. Ooh, look at that. That pork is cooked while that skin crispened up. This one crispy piece of skin. You know what I love about this method? That it's warm, it's cooked, and we got the crispy skin. So we got the good things of everything. The pork looks absolutely beautiful. So this is for me the most important. I need that top skin to completely detach from the meat. And that's what you see happening here. You got the layers popping away from the meat so that it's actually enjoyable to eat. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's listen to that crunch. That is a good crunch. Oh my, that is tasty. You see, this kind of proves the point that I'm trying to make. The key to understanding how to cook pork belly with a crispy skin is to cook it for a long time, to understand how you get that skin to become crisp. And that's all about cooking. It's not about vinegar, it's not about salt, it's not about pricking in it. Does it become more beautiful when you stick a little pin in it? Yes, it does. Does it taste better when you put a little bit of salt on the skin? Yes, it does. Does it help when you brush vinegar on your skin? No, it doesn't. And then how does your pork belly become crispy? Cooking it for a long time. That's the key. For me, the point is proven. I'm going to enjoy my pork belly. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Oh, eet smakelijk.